Hello everyone. So in the last video we covered how to publish your website uh, on a GitHub page URL. If you haven't seen that video, I have put the link in the description. You can check out that video. And now, assuming that you have seen the video, in this video we will cover how do you publish your website on a custom domain. So a custom domain is a domain that you have purchased from a hosting website. So it could be godaddy.com or bigrock.com. And now you have to, whatever website you have developed, you have to put it on your custom domain instead of letting GitHub pages provide you a dummy domain. Like in this case, for my website, GitHub has given me this domain. Now I want to have the same website on my custom domain. So you can go to any hosting website. I prefer BigRock, but you can use any other ones. There are a lot of them. GoDaddy is another one. But assuming now you have purchased one of your domains, it's quite simple. You just go to the website and search for the domain. And once you have selected your domain, then you will have to pay around for the domain. Some domains are more costly, some domains are cheaper. So for example, now I have this domain webshoutout.com, so I have purchased it. So right now, if I go to my domain webshoutout.com, so there is nothing is hosted here because I haven't pointed any website to this domain. Now what we are going to do is uh, we are going to take this website with this repository and host it on this domain webshoutout.com. So the procedure is quite simple. First, what you do is you will find documentation in the GitHub page here. Learn about securing your GitHub pages with HTTPS. No, not here. In the custom domain. So you go to custom domain and you will find documentation here. Learn more about configuring custom domains. So you click on this and you will come to this page and you scroll down to verifying the DNS configuration, and you come to this page, this section, DNS record type, and then there are DNS record values. So the ones for A are IPv4 addresses, and the ones AAA, these are IPv6 addresses. So I will just use the IPv4 for now. Now these values are important. So now you go back to your hosting website. So in my case, it's BigRock, and I go to my domain, that is webshoutout.com, and then I go to DNS records. Okay, and over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add here. Sorry for the pause. There was something wrong here. Okay, now coming back to the BigRock domain. So if I click on DNS records, I will get a page like this. Okay, so I'll close it. Okay, let me do it right from here again. I click on webshoutout.com, I click on DNS records, and I'll get a page like this. And as I earlier said, a record is for IPv4 and AAA is for IPv6. So I can go with IPv4. And here it's telling me to add my domain subdomain name and an IPv4 address. So I will go with my www.webshoutout.com, and I will pick up this IPv4 address. So what essentially I'm telling is my webshoutout.com domain should point to this IPv4 address, and this IPv4 address is for this repository, this GitHub page that I have published. And I shouldn't add just one, I should add more of them, because that lets me have my website available for more number of time, because if one IP is down, the second one can still sustain the website. So I add another one, I do save records, so I have a couple of them. Now I can add the remaining two as well. I'll just copy paste it from here. Let me put it here as well, and I can put the remaining IP addresses. So I do save records, and yeah, if you see, I have all my 4 IPs configured: 108, 109, 110, 111, 108, 109, 111, 110, and 111. Cool, sounds good. So I can just close it. So my DNS records are saved. And now my webshoutout.com will point to this GitHub web pages, uh, that I have set up. But there is something more that needs to be done. So over here you will see custom domain. So over here you need to tell GitHub web page which custom domain I am pointing out my repository to. So in my case, obviously I'm pointing it to webshoutout.com. And then you can do a save. So it will do some DNS checking here. And after this DNS checking is successful, your website should be here. It takes some time. Sometimes it doesn't affect immediately. It might take even few hours to reflect. So sometimes you might just have to be patient with it. So I'll simply pause it now, and once the website is back, I will show you my UI that was hosted on GitHub web pages is now hosted on webshoutout.com. So we'll just have to be patient here. Okay, it didn't take much, maybe just few seconds, but as I already said, it might take sometimes maybe even hours. So webshoutout.com here, it's hosted. Cool. So earlier you were seeing there in my GitHub pages was a custom URL that was provided by GitHub pages, but now this GitHub pages is pointing to my custom domain. So yes, that is how you can host your website on a custom domain, and I would recommend you do it. It's a good exercise, especially if you're getting started with web development. It's a very good exercise. Do let me know for any questions, queries in comments, and do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for your time. See you in next video.